following show contains adult content. It's not our intent to offend anyone, but we want to inform you that if you are a child under the age of 18 or get offended easily, this next show may not be for you. The content, opinions, and subject matter of these shows are solely the choice of your show hosts and their guests, and not those of the Entertainment Network or any affiliated stations. Any comments or inquiries should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for listening.
Sitting down and designing, why every man never thinking, what are we gonna be wearing? Yo, I'm a Liverpool MC, you can't test me. Big up the girls inside the party, let's get down to crazy Jimmy. Big up myself and known as Alfie, the one and only, the Turkish MC. Always love the clothes of Jimmy. Bitch, I'm your one I wanna be, Jimmy Star, new celebrity.
Hello, and welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, bringing you the best in music, fashion, pop culture, and entertainment. What's up, everybody? Chad, I have a question for you.
What is your question?
There's no ITV.
What?
It says channel is offline.
I got mine rolling over here.
Do you really?
Maybe give it a little refresh.
Okay, I'm refreshing.
And chat room, can you see us?
Yes.
You look very colorful today, fellas. Very colorful.
Huh?
So
yes, we do. Thank you.
I need a tissue. My nose is running.
So before we get started, let me introduce everybody, starting off with the man around our cool outrage. No, stop that.
Oh, that's nasty.
Well, I don't want my nose. I'm not using my shirt.
Anyway, what's up, everybody? No, they say they can't see us because there's no ITV.
Right.
Oh, I was wiping my nose on Jimmy's shirt because my nose is running, and he got upset.
Anyway, we want to start off by saying hello to our cool, outrageous man about town, Mr. Ron Russell.
Hello. And look, folks, I have a bracelet on my bad wrist. That's how much it's gone down. I've never worn this bracelet.
They can't see you anyway.
Oh, shit. You can't see my beautiful diamond bracelet. Anyway, I wore this bracelet years ago at a party, and somebody turned around and said, "Oh, you're wearing your cock ring."
Ha ha ha.
I mean, I thought that was so offensive. It's a beautiful bracelet, and it does look like a cock ring a little bit, but who has a cock ring with like 13 or 14 diamonds going around? Nobody I know.
So we also got the man behind the boards, Mr. Chad Murphy.
Hey, what's going on, fellas? Hello, Jimmy Star lovers.
Good. I went to therapy.
Hang on, wait, because I'm trying to work out. I'm trying to find out what's going on with the technical problem.
Well, no, let them do the technical while we do a show.
I know, but
our audience doesn't have to always know what you're doing.
They know they're talking about it.
I know that, but they'll sit and wait nicely, or we'll bitch smack every friggin' one of them one day.
We have to say hello to all of them first, anyway.
But doesn't matter if we don't.
There we go.
See, now he doesn't know how to. He does not know how to do television.
Teach
He's
him,
got a
Ron.
commercial going now with Obama or Trump, whichever one is in office.
Tell him how it's done, Ron. Tell him.
I mean, really, he has no idea.
All right, so hang on.
In television, if the building blows up, you still go. You don't stop ever until your director or somebody shouts.
I'm the director, though, and I'm the one who's
your
saying
ass is a director. You couldn't direct traffic in the cemetery. Are you shitting me?
So hold on. We got a chat room full of people. Let's do some hellos to everybody in the chat room. What's up? Drew is in the chat room. Czar Drew. We've got Illy from Estonia, I think is where she's from. We've got Iris from Germany. We've got, I think that's Goddess. Hey, Goddess.
Of course it's Goddess.
We've got Irish Ginger from the Irish Ginger Show, Mondays at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. We got a really fun show, you guys, today. It's going to be great. Ron and I are looking very spring.
Very Easter, because it's only like 20 days till spring or some shit like that. Anyway, I want to get back to what I was saying. I went to the most wonderful place in Quakertown for my therapy. And I met two of the most divine people in the world. Her name is Lauren. The guy, I forgot his name, but I'll remember it next week because I go back Thursday. They did a number on my wrist. Look, I could move my wrist. I could move my fingers. And here's my gorgeous diamond bracelet that man insulted at a party one year when he said it was my cock ring. And I said, don't be ridiculous. Who has a cock ring with how many diamonds? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, I thought it had 12 diamonds. Give me a break. Who's got that? Anyway, stupid people in the stupid world today.
Gotta show us your cock ring gambling.
Well, you know, I don't want to boast, but anybody that has a cock ring that fits like this could make porn. I mean, look at the size of this wrist. Anyway, my wrist is still swollen, and it's still scarred, and they're worried about my scar. I said, don't worry, I always wear bracelets. So sometimes high heels with the bracelets, but mostly just bracelets.
So he's getting better.
Anyway, I have on my Mighty Mouse wristwatch, Mighty Mouse, which I love that Jimmy gave me, and it's an anniversary wristwatch. So that's it for my jewelry, folks. Anyway, we had a very, very interesting evening last night.
Yes,
for me, it was a disaster, but Jimmy and everybody loved it. What has happened to politeness? What has happened to manners? You know, these seats were $150 a piece, up to $300. Jimmy and I were in the second row, in a wonderful position. And Adam Ant came out, and suddenly everybody got up, and everybody ran to the front of the stage, and we couldn't see jack shit. I mean, I saw a pirate hat jumping around, and somebody without a voice screaming to hideous music of drums, boom, 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 boom. So I had to sit there for hours with this untold amount of singing that he did. I mean, he must have done 30 or 40 or 50 or 132 songs, of which I had my rubber earplugs in, and I fell asleep. Could you believe falling asleep at an Adam Ant concert? Actually, had I seen him and watched him perform, I would have enjoyed myself. But with all of these fat asses in the front, now no lie, Jimmy will tell you, there was a man behind me, with his wife, I hope, who was about 6'2", and my head, when it was back on the seat, when he was standing, was crotch level. 3 or 4 times he was banging his crotch into the back of my head. Now I wondered, is this an accident, or is this like somebody's getting off their jollies banging the back of a superstar's head? Excuse me. Anyway, I wasn't the least bit interested. The next time he hit me, I said to Jimmy, I'm going to fist him right in the balls, and then he won't be banging my head anymore. These concerts are not for me, folks. I'm used to the days where we sat like ladies and gentlemen, and the performer came out and we applauded, and you could hear a pin drop, and the performer sang or did comedy or whatever the performer did. It was wonderful. When I performed as a stand-up comic and I did all the nightclubs, I told the owners, please don't have the waiters serve when I'm doing certain parts of my act, because the punchlines are important. And if the clanging of the dishes, they don't hear the punchline, they won't laugh. And most houses were very kind and very thoughtful, because back in the 60s and 70s when I worked the clubs, they were elegant people. You know, I worked the Copacabana in New York City, the famous Copacabana, that Diana Ross was there the week before I was. And we were treated so well. Today, oh, what about that bitch? Oh, they had a security woman there. Oh, my God, what a bitch. What she didn't do to poor Eileen, my sweet dear friend. Eileen, what's Eileen's last name again? Shapiro, how could I forget? Anyway, she's a very...
You're not telling enough of a story here.
Well, the story is that this person was a rude security guard who was mean to everybody. Well, towards the end of the concert, there was a 6'4" guy, muscular guy, who wanted to hit her. And he kept running back, and she was fighting with him, and then she ran and hid somewhere. Then they had to hold him back because he was really going to hit this broad. And I thought, my God, what a world we've come to now. They hit women. I mean, men just punch women around.
She was a bitch.
I don't care if she's a bitch. There's a lot of bitches I've met in my life, and I just spit in their face and walk away.
Anyway, hang on, though. Let's tell people, hey, everybody, we saw the Glam Skanks opened up for Adam Ant. You guys remember them. We had them on the show last year. They're super fabulous. They got a new drummer. She's fabulous.
Great.
They were the opening act for Adam Ant at the Keswick Theater. The theater held 1,300 people, and it was sold out. And I've never in my life seen like a concert. Everybody was, probably 45 to like 70, and they were all jumping up and down and screaming.
They were more like 70 to death. I mean, some of these old bags look like ridiculous fools. They were standing up with Adam Ant white paint on their face. That means something. I don't know what it means. And they're banging their hands like this with the music. Well, one guy, his dentures almost fell out, and the other one, he went into spasms in his shoulder. We almost had to have emergency there. And
everybody in the whole place, except for Ron and I, just about everybody else in the whole place was singing every lyric to every word of every song. I think Adam Ant's cool. He's a real performer.
He really works.
He really works the stage. He's all over the place.
Fella, he works.
He's in his 60s, so if you like Adam Ant's music, he puts on a great show. There was so many people there. I mean, like to sell the place out like that, and it sold out really quickly. So we had a really good time, but we got to hang out with the Glam Skanks, and we loved them. We're gonna bring them back on.
Adam Ant's music came out when I was already a mature man with 2 children and a wife and a home. So I lived in suburbia eleganza. I wasn't into that rock and roll crap, and so he was not for me. But I sat there like a gentleman, with my earplugs in, sleeping. And I thought that was very nice to do instead of walking out and staying in the lobby, which is another thought I had. But the glam girls I love. They are
Glam
fun.
Skanks.
What are they called?
The Glam Skanks.
I know, but I don't like that name. I told you I will never call them that. The skank is in my neighborhood. When somebody said to you, oh, Ron Russell, he's a skank. What a horrible insult that was. A skank was like a dirty, smelly skank. But so I hate them, and I told them I wish they changed their name.
They were fabulous.
I call them the Glam Girls because they are sure glam girls. Now,
and they put on a great show.
The drummer they got is divine. She is the handsomest woman I've ever seen, and I suspect she may be a gay woman. I'm not quite sure. But I said to her, in case you're a gay woman, I want you to know that I wish I was a woman because I'd be chasing you down the street. You're so sexy and beautiful. And if I were a woman, of course, I'd have enormous boobs and gorgeous legs, and very much like when I go in drag. Anyway, the girls are wonderful. The lead singer, gorgeous, sweet. We had the best time with them. Also, Aaron Paul was with us, and you can't beat Aaron Paul. He's a fabulous entertainer. He's one of the, what kind of boys?
He was from Worlds Apart, the boy band. Worlds
Apart, very famous in England, very, very big group. He's a very famous guy in England. So all of our English fans that are listening, you know who Aaron Paul is. And of course, my dear friend, the lady with the crazy hair.
And we were invited by Lee Runchie from Chrome
Lee
PR,
Runchie
which is awesome. She was fabulous.
And I was jealous because she has the most gorgeous white hair that she bleaches. Not a trace of yellow in it. And I've never seen a white that you could see through. And I tried to get her formula because I don't like my gray hair in the back. I like to bleach my head and make it all white. But the dark hair in the back comes in a little yellowy, and then I look like an old barmaid slut because I have white in the front with the orange and gross. Anyway, the evening was terrific. We ate in the weirdest place because we didn't have time to go to dinner. Did you ever eat dumplings? I mean, whoever heard of a restaurant that serves dumplings?
Awesome.
They're little round balls. They look like gorilla balls. They're little, and they're stuffed with weird crap.
I loved it. I had roast pork in mine. They were great.
Of course you did. The pork must have come from Yucatan. But anyway, I had interesting little golf balls, whatever they were. I mean,
you had cheesecake ones.
Yeah, the cheesecake ones tasted like, I don't know, plaster of Paris with a little coloring and maybe a raisinette in it. But not the best food, darlings. I mean, I'm used to 5-star, 4-star, 3-star, 2-star, 1-star restaurants now that I'm with Jimmy.
Did you get that one, Chad?
I love that. That's good stuff.
Well, Jimmy never took me to a
Taco Bell.
Wait, Jimmy never took me to a $5,000 Valentine dinner like you took your girlfriend. Did you know once, I forgot what the occasion was, we were driving down to Florida. It was our anniversary of my birthday. And I was laying in the back of the truck eating a liverwurst sandwich while we were driving to Florida. And I said to Jimmy, this is my birthday dinner.
They love dumplings in the chat room. So.
You love what?
It was a dumplings restaurant. I had never seen anything like it. It was 5 dumplings for $7, and it it was really good.
I have never in my life heard of a dumpling restaurant.
Me neither. I haven't either.
Goes to show you living in the forest makes you stupid.
Yeah, I've never heard of. Chad, have you ever heard of a dumpling restaurant?
No, I've heard of dumpling.
Yeah,
but this is only dumplings and then some.
Well, they had like soups and salads.
Weird kind of soup with like trees growing out of the soup. It was just strange. Strange food. I will never do it again. I'm from the old school, and I like to go to a restaurant with a tablecloth, nice china, nice flatware, somebody that comes over and serves you nicely, and everybody's not screaming in the restaurant like restaurants today. You can't even talk to anybody. People are rude.
It was long and narrow. It only had 3 tables and like a little bar area. And when we got there, there was nobody there. But when we left, it was a line coming out the door to get in the place.
That's only because next door was the theater we were going into to hear the end. But years ago, restaurants, you spoke softly.
We got to go to.
Today, they scream. I mean, it's just not fun going out anymore. And you pay $300-400 for a dinner for 2, and you got to be treated like crap by the waiter. You got to be pushed around. And as soon as you finish your food, they slap the bill on the table.
And then Ron hates that.
And then they take Jimmy's plate because Jimmy eats like a hawk. I mean, Jimmy's fast. He goes, don't speed me up. I'm talking.
I know, we have to call. No, we have to call. It's past time.
They'll wait a minute.
I know, but I don't want to make people wait.
I don't have to be on the show anymore. I could just leave and you could do the show yourself.
I don't want to make people wait. Go finish your thing. He doesn't like it when he took my plate away the other day we were eating, and they took my plate away and left him still eating.
Because I eat slowly.
Which is true.
I eat slowly. Looking like a big fat slob eating, while this guy is not.
Uh-oh, why is Dawna on the phone? Dawna.
I got her on there.
What?
Is that our first guest or second guest?
No, Donna's our second guest.
Oh, my bad.
But I'll take it for the 2 hours.
No, Liz is our first guest. So hopefully she doesn't call back, and let's go ahead and call everybody. Let's see how it works, Chad. We're gonna call Liz now, everybody. This is Liz Vassey. We're getting ready to call. Our other guest today is Dawna Lee Heising.
I have finally given in to Twitter and the other thing, and Twitter and whatever.
What do you mean?
And I'm just telling everybody my age and younger, learn the computer. It's the future.
Sure.
You'll never get a job. No, seriously.
That's the truth.
Movie theaters are going out of business. They're going to become malls and stores.
Maybe.
Everybody's going to be on Skype because television sets are going to be in 3D in the size of your living room wall. So everybody eventually will be Skyping. So I'm giving in. I'm going to learn.
He's going to learn Twitter.
Because I was using my age. Being 36, I figured, Jesus, I can't learn the computer.
Good for you, Ron.
76, that's even harder. Okay,
Why
hold on.
Why don't you blow it out of your ass, Jimmy?
Oh, boy.
Hey, Liz, can you hear us?
Hi, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Absolutely.
But still, I could see you, and you're pretty.
Oh, my. I like you already.
Oh, you don't have to.
So how do we correctly pronounce your last name? Is it Vassey?
Vassey, that was perfect.
There we go, because we're going to make a nice introduction for you once we get going here. All right, you ready to go?
Am I allowed to speak now?
You can say something, but then but I don't want you to give up all the good stuff that doesn't go into the TV show. So, I
have no idea what he's talking about. I hope the audiences do.
Right. He likes to start talking and asking all these good questions, but then we miss it because I have to edit it out because we don't have an introduction.
No idea. The truth of the matter, we have over 4 million fans, and I have no idea why. I'm truthful.
Nice to them.
What they see in this show, I will never know.
Jimmy, I have a very important question.
Okay.
Where did you get that shirt?
Who?
I want that shirt.
I got it. Believe it or not, it's from Johnston & Murphy.
I love it.
Thank you. It's got nice colors. It's pastels. It's not one of mine. I'm a clothing designer, but today I'm wearing normal people clothes. But thank you. I'm glad you like it.
And you don't like my shirt?
I do. I knew you were going to say that. I've known you for 5 seconds, and I knew you were going to say that.
Well, I got my shirt. I got my shirt on 14th Street, New York, outside on the rack of Woolworth's 5 and Dime, and the shirt was $1.99 because it has holes in the armpits. If I lift my armpits, the hair comes out, so I can't lift my armpits. It must have been a mistake in the manufacturing because they put the sleeve on, but they left the armpits open.
You paint a beautiful picture. Thank you.
Fooling, honey, fooling.
All right, here we go, everybody. Now we're going to do our nice intro. All right.
My shirt belongs to, I don't know who. It's got his thing on the back of my neck. Imagine they put the label now for the world to see on the back of your neck. Isn't that ridiculous?
It's almost like they do it on purpose.
Yes.
Oh, no, I don't think so. Of course they do. It's like ridiculous. So what I really love is underwear that we wear. We wear the new slingshot kind that you put it all in there and it makes a nice little package. And they have the writing across your wango of the designer. Now, what do they expect us to do at men's rooms? Drop our pants and advertise? Or how do you what is the point in having the designer's name on your wangola?
I don't know, dude. You lost me at Wangola. I've never heard that before.
Well, that's a polite way.
But this is stuff that needs to go in the show when you're talking. That's my whole point. None of that. Nobody's going to see that on TV.
Oh, we're not filming yet?
No. That was my point. That he says he doesn't get, like that I was trying to...
Believe me, honey, there's a lot more coming. This is the start of it.
All right, everybody. Now we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, the fabulously talented and incredibly gorgeous Liz Vassey. Hello and welcome to the show.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Good. I'm going to introduce you to everybody, starting off with my cool, outrageous man about town co-host, Ron Russell.
How are you? So nice to meet you. I've never seen you before or spoken to you before. It's going to be such a pleasure indeed speaking to you. Yes. And I will then tell you what a wangola is.
Oh, I'd never heard the word wangola before you. I don't know what I've been doing with my life.
Well, it used to be called a wang.
Right.
in New York or Brooklyn, we used to say it's a wang. And
Right.
I made it polite by saying a wangola. I added a little gola to it to make it sound sweet.
He likes to make his own words. It's
Yeah.
called the Ron Russell Dictionary.
Absolutely.
So adding 2 syllables makes it polite. That's
Well,
good.
It's
Good
better.
to know.
It's like pussy. I think that's a very rude word.
But pistola is fantastic.
No, if you say poussey. Now, I love the word poussey.
We love
It's
kitties.
very chic. So if a wangola goes near a poussey, it's a lovely thing. But if a
Not for you.
But if a wang goes near a pussy, it's common and vulgar and trashy and very, very obscene.
Thank you for explaining that to me. I appreciate
See that?
So we've also got the man behind the boards, Mr. Chad Murphy.
And we've never heard of a wangola here in South Florida either. So welcome to the show.
You have to come from Brooklyn or Astoria, Queens.
I see.
Because everybody in all my friends that I grew up with, they all know wangola.
Okay, hold on. We have a chat room full of people, Liz. So say hello to everybody in the chat room.
Hi, everybody in the chat room.
There you go. All right. And now, before we even start and talk about anything, I want to show everybody, look what I got in the mail. Okay. So, all right, everybody.
Oh, my God.
Now we have my very own Liz Vassey Captain Liberty action figure.
Wow, that's
Shit,
pretty
let me
cool.
see
Go
that.
with my Patrick Warburton Tick action figure.
Wow, they gave you some pair of tits. Look at those tits they gave you. My
I
God.
know. Look, I have my own without the
Yeah,
head.
hers doesn't have a
look.
head. I'll go on eBay.
Why? What, you didn't give head to your dog?
I didn't. My dog got no head.
That's a bitch. If your dog doesn't get head, boy, that's a bitch. And
know what?
everybody
It's
out
like
there,
cola.
am I
That's
wait?
okay.
Am I doing a good shot? Everybody, can you see it well?
That's good.
Isn't that?
So everybody knows that I collect action figures of guests, and normally I wait till after they come on in case they cancel right before they come on or something. I don't want to have their action figure, but I knew Liz was going to be fantastic, you guys, and she's doing so many cool things. And so this is my DVD collection of the Tick TV series.
Oh, that's awesome.
Which
That's
I
good.
can't stand the idea that
I hate
Patrick
it.
Warburton dresses up like a tick. When we had him on the show, and he was like, "Why would anybody want to be?" He gets skeeved out by like bed bugs
and ticks.
and ticks.
Can't deal.
And so the fact that he's like a tick was like freaking him out.
Really? Yeah, he's not that kind of tick. He's a crime-solving tick. He's
Yeah,
a
he's
big
crime-
blue crime-solving tick.
It's so much fun.
Well,
Yeah,
they did a doll of me, and
They did.
I wouldn't sign it. I wouldn't let them do it. I said, oh no, this doll looks 76.
No, you can't do that. I got to comment on mine because they sent me a prototype, and at first the ass was gigantic, and they
Well,
were
how
like,
to match the knockers because those are torpedoes, my dear.
no, it was gigantic. And they said, what do you think? I said, just shrink the ass a little bit, and they did. I was really pleased with that, actually.
You're going to be the second person I'm going to ask this question. The first person was the legend Jane Russell, the movie star, who was my good friend. And when I interviewed her, I said, Jane, tell me your bra size in 1940. And she said 36B. And I said, for that, they made such a big deal your whole career. Now, my show was called Set the Record Straight. And I said, what would you like to say about that? She said, listen, Ron, they put up that I'm a 44D. That's bullshit. She said, I'm only a 36B. Now, you're the second person I'm going to ask, what is your bra size?
My God, I'm the second person after Jane Russell.
Absolutely. I've never asked that question.
Which, by the way, I have to say, everybody in the chat room is talking about how gorgeous you are, and you are super gorgeous, which I told you
let's
yesterday.
find out her bra size
Okay.
because this doll has 44 double Ds.
No, it's actually absolutely not right. No, I'm a 34C. I'm perfectly normal. I am.
So you see,
I
but
am just down.
why did they give you these Jane Mansfield knockers?
Because it's an action hero, and you have to look like
But
it.
you realize if a child plays with it, they could poke their eye out?
That's part
They
of
could also poke our eye out with the Captain Liberty top, and
Meanwhile, I love the doll. I can't wait to make this doll beat up Wonder Woman. We have a Wonder Woman.
oh yeah, we got a
doll, too.
Wonder Woman doll.
So later, I'm going to play with you beating up Wonder Woman.
No, because we're not going to open you, because when time goes
Must
on.
you tell the truth always?
I know, but I don't want anybody to think that anybody who collects action figures
All
knows
right,
you can't
all
take
right,
them out of the
all right.
container
Now
unless you
let-
have two of them.
Now let's get down to the...
because this is what happens.
That's right. That's what happens. The dog eats the head off of it.
Eats the head.
No, she did that in case a boyfriend comes over. She has an excuse to say, listen, I need head because my
I lost
doll
my
doesn't
head."
have, my doll doesn't have a head on it. So could you give me a doll head?
I'm married. That's how I got my husband. That was the exact line I used.
Well, I was talking about what you use on your boyfriend, not your husband. Listen, I want to ask the question. What do you do for a living?
Oh, yeah, right.
It's so beautiful. I love her little face. And those teeth, I want to knock them out. They're gorgeous teeth. I had such a hard time with my teeth, and I hate them. They capped them, or I don't know what the frig they did to them. They look like sugar cubes.
Let me smile for me. Smile for me.
I don't smile.
He doesn't ever smile.
Like sugar cubes? What are you talking about?
Like chiclets.
They look fake.
Chiclets. They do look like chiclets.
They look fake. They don't look
They
like.
don't.
You never get them to look like real teeth.
Wait a second, though. Is your husband someone that everybody knows? Is he like a famous actor?
No, he's actually a Steadicam operator. I met him on a movie. Yeah, it was a movie in Texas, and I picked up the Steadicam operator, and we met, and we got engaged 3 months after the day that we met, and we got married 3 months after that.
And how long ago was that?
12 years, so it appears to be.
That's my favorite cameraman is the Steadicam. I love them to death.
It's sexy, right?
Well, because the scene can be jumpy around, and it keeps it steady. I can't stand this bullshit camera that they do like people years ago with a movie 8, they used to go all over the place. I go to the movies, I get nauseous when I see those
I'm not good with those movies with the shaky cameras when they change the scene really fast.
For those of you out there that don't know what a Steadicam is, it's a piece of genius work. It's a weird apparatus the cameraman puts on, and no matter what happens, he can run and jump. The camera does not bounce. So it's a Steadicam. So
wait, what movie was it?
It was a Tommy Lee Jones movie called Man of the House.
Okay, great movie.
Yeah.
No.
It's a cute. No, I have a thing about these like dumb gay movies, and I love them. And it was a really cute movie, and I was always I had met Christina Milian right before that, and so like when it came out, I was all excited because I was like, oh look, I met her, and here she is in this film, and it is a cute movie. It's a cute movie.
Well, I played a Texas Ranger, and I look like a gigantic piece of nougat. Like in this beige outfit with black, like with a little bit of chocolate on top, which was my hat. I look like hell. And I kept thinking the Steadicam operator's so cute. And I kept trying to flirt with him. And I was like, I look like a gigantic piece of nougat. He's not going to go after a gigantic piece of nougat. So I tried to flirt with him, and I told the makeup artist I thought he was cute. And she told him. It was like 7th grade. And then he asked me out at the end of the movie. And then that was it. It was 12 years. We've been married for 12 years.
I love that. That's a nice story.
I wish that would happen to my daughter Deirdre. She's an actress, and she went out with, I can't say who because she would crucify me, but with a very, very famous actor, extremely famous, Academy Award winner. And he went back on drugs, and she had to leave, and it was heartbreaking. And she vowed.
And she's not married now.
Yeah, and she vowed on any set she's on, she will never, ever have anything to do with anyone on the set, and she didn't care who they were. So that stinks because you can meet a husband. I'm going to tell her to watch this show.
Yeah, you know what? Honestly, because my husband said he would never ever date an actress, and I said, well, I would never ever date somebody with preconceived notions about what somebody does for a living.
There you go. That was a good answer.
Well, going back to Jane Russell. Jane Russell told me that when she was dating, an actor, I forgot his name, I'll get it to you in a minute. Howard Hughes said to her, now what did you want to go and do that and date an actor for? Because everybody just looks down at it. Who? John Payne, that's who Jane Russell was dating, John Payne at the time. Old stars. And you know who Howard Hughes is, right?
I do, and I know Jane Russell's bra size. This has been incredibly educational.
I'm getting I just got like 15 texts on my phone saying Liz Vassey is in a bunch of stuff I love. She kicks ass. She's so hot. All these people are sending me texts. Friends of mine who they're not in the chat room, so they're sending me messages on my phone.
Thank you.
Well, I've interviewed a few thousand celebrities in my years. Okay. Just on the Jimmy Star Show, well over 400, because we do 2 every week. I've learned one thing. When the personalities are like you, the work is fabulous. When the personalities are not good, the work's not good. So really and truly, when people cast, they should cast people like you because you're going to bring to the screen everything that the writer and the director want.
Thank you very much. I like everything about what you just said.
But don't you agree?
You know what? I've worked with a bunch of nice actors. I don't know. I've lucked out. Most of the shows that I've been on have been cast with incredibly cool people, and I know that sounds like bullshit. Am I allowed to curse on this show? That's
yes.
You can
Okay,
say
so it
fuck
looks like bullshit, but everybody's been really nice. So, yeah, I don't know.
Not a matter of being nice. Glenn Ford, do you know who that was?
I do.
The actor? Okay. Glenn Ford in person drank, mumbled, never said a word, hadn't any personality, was as dull as the dullest thing in the world. Yet as an actor, he was a good actor, but he was also a dull actor. He didn't have a fire. He didn't have spunk. And that's why Betty Davis chose him for so many movies, because she would never work against a man who could outshine her. She always picked these men that were submissive and boring. So that's another thing in proof. I'm going to write a book about this.
Well, you need to write a book about it.
You should. You should.
That actors that are boring are going to be boring on the screen because they don't have it. And now you're a very vivacious girl with a bubbly personality. I would love to see you in a romantic comedy. I bet you'd be outrageously hilarious. I'm serious. I'm serious.
I know, thank you. I keep getting cast as crime solvers. Everything I do is solving crime.
Everything you do is solving crime.
I don't like her that way. She's got a bubbles. She's on bubbles.
Wait, because I have a couple things, and I know we have a lot of things to go over while we have you on the show. But because I went down your IMDb, right, and like you did all kinds of stuff. Even for an actress who just got started, you even started with like cool stuff. You know, like even though I don't even remember these shows, and I was in college when they came out. I should have like known them, but you were like you were in an episode of Superboy, which I don't even remember, and then
SAG card, yeah, that was the first thing I ever shot. I had
and then the new Leave It to Beaver, which I didn't know that there was a new Leave It to Beaver, but then you had like iconic roles in like all the shows that were popular when I was growing up. So you got, first of all, you were on Beverly Hills 90210, which is like my absolute freaking favorite like show ever. And so you did an episode of that. Parker Lewis Can't Lose, Married with Children, Murphy Brown, Quantum Leap. You did the movie Calendar Girl with Jason Priestley. I love Jason Priestley because of the whole 90210 thing. Then you did a bunch of episodes of All My Children, and we love all the soapies. All the soaper people, they're like the coolest.
Yeah, we've got tons of soap.
I did that for 2 years, and my father was a pimp on the show. My mother was a prostitute. My stepmother was a prostitute. My stepfather was a gambler. I got knocked up. I lost the baby. I went nuts, and I tried to kill somebody and was put in insane asylum.
Now that's a family movie for today.
Right?
Absolutely. It just tells you what the families in America are like today.
You also were in 2 episodes of Murder, She Wrote, 4 episodes of ER. You were on Dawson's Creek, and you were on Home Improvement. Tim Allen, I love Tim Allen. But then you did something that I've never heard of before, and I have to like see it now just because like I thought it was, because it's like another one of those comedy superheroes, The Adventures of Captain Zoom in Outer Space. Tell us something about that, because I have no idea what that is. I've never heard of it.
You know what it is? It's a great deal like Galaxy Quest. It was done before Galaxy Quest, and it was about this actor who was basically sent to another planet to solve this whole thing that was going. There was a civil war going on, and I was one of the leaders. See, again, I was trying to fight crime, so I was a rebel, and but I was a rebel in something like a weird bikini, as you do, and I look at his eyes, and I had a great big gun, and I was very tough, and he came to my planet, and we ended up saving this planet together. But it was very funny, and it was a joy to shoot. I think Brian
Jimmy told me who
was the lead in that? Like, who was the main person? Who was Captain Zorro? Captain Zoom.
Yes. Dan, oh shit, this is a long time ago. I never thought you'd ask about this. Dan,
I never thought I did either. I never even heard of it.
Let's make up a name, Dan Daly.
Daly. He was great. I know that. I can tell you the director's name, and I can also tell you that is how I met Ron Perlman. He was in it.
Yeah, he was in it. Yeah, because I knew there was somebody big in it. I knew there was some people.
Uhura from Star Trek, she was in it too, which was really cool. So it was fun. It was a long time ago.
I met Ron Perlman when he was courting his wife, who was that fabulous actress. I can't think of her name now. And Ron Perlman was, what am I talking about? I can't say it. Oh, Jesus, I can't tell that story.
Okay.
Now I want to
Don't tell it.
Oh, I forgot what about. No, I can't. Well, I'll tell you when we go off the...
Okay.
Oh, Daniel Riordan. Okay,
comments about how happy I was that he was dating his wife, and he gave the reasons why I can't. But anyway, use your imagination. I love her. Her name is Jessica. Make
it up, Daly.
Make it up. You know what? I love you. You should be in comedy. You absolutely I'm
She
telling
doesn't
you.
do a lot of comedy.
No, comedy movies. You know those dumb movies.
They
that,
are
what's her
comedy
name
movies
made?
that she's in.
No. You told me she's in all the movies that she was a cop and that
No, but she, like the superhero ones are comedy superheroes. They're not like the.
Oh, see, I don't watch them.
I love those.
I've seen your work. No, I've seen your
You've
work.
seen her on CSI 85 times.
Yeah, so that's how I was introduced to you in my mind, and I expected a very serious drama actress. I play a detective, and I'm a woman, and and I'm a woman, and I want women's rights, and I don't want to look like a weak woman. That bullshit.
Oh wait, now I do want women's rights. Let's not mix
I know, but you're not talking about it. You're more of a bubble than
You're
you
more
are.
like do it than.
You're adorable. You're fluffy.
He likes women's rights too.
Well, it depends on what rights they want, not when they want all your money and you divorce them. Then women's rights goes out the fucking window.
Listen.
We just want equal. What? That is the biggest mug I've ever seen in my entire life. What's in that? Jesus.
Vodka. No, it's believe it or not, it's what is it?
It's Diet Iced Tea.
Diet iced tea.
Okay. I want one of those.
I'm not kidding. Isn't it a great mug? Well, it's a 2-hour show, and we talk the whole show, and you get dry, so you know that you have to lip it.
Okay,
Otherwise,
so
you
hold
lose
on.
your voice.
So I'm gonna move it forward. I'll say, so give us some cool thing about CSI. So you're on CSI. It's like the great. Those are my favorite shows. CSI and Criminal Minds.
I
We need
watch
to get
it,
you on Criminal Minds
and you're
too.
good. I mean, that's what I want to talk about. Even when you play on CSI, you're not who you are now. That shows me you're an actress.
Well, thank you.
You know how most actors there are in life, they're the same way on film? They don't like Cary Grant.
Like Jack Nicholson. He always plays the same character.
And Cary Grant was wonderful, but he was always Cary Grant.
Yeah.
I swear to God on my kids, I didn't expect you to be the bubbles you are. And I said to Jimmy, is she going to be a hard drive? He said, no, she's lovely. I said, I don't know.
Okay, so hold on. Give us a little something
You
about.
really fooled me on CSI. You played that fucking part so good that I believed that's who you were going to be.
Thanks,
You made me say fuck
Look,
twice.
there she is.
I know what she
on
looks
CSI?
like.
They're showing clips.
Yeah, we see it.
The coolest thing that I got to do on that, they let me go to Vegas and I got to ride around with the real CSIs. So I got to go to crime scenes with them, and I got to learn how to take fingerprints, and I got to learn how to swab people's mouths for DNA, which is very strange and intimate. But I also got to go and hang out at the ME's office. I watched an autopsy. I watched 3.
Oh, go away.
Yeah, I did.
Get out of town. Are you serious?
The whole thing was fascinating. Yeah, it was absolutely
Fascinating? Cutting a human to pieces?
I would love to watch it, but I
You're
wouldn't
another
be careful.
sickie. Again, my daughter.
I'm another sickie.
my daughter Deirdre, the actress, and while she was being an actress, she went to school to learn to be a physical therapist or whatever, but holistic. And in her course, they had to do a thing like you just did, an autopsy.
She watched.
And it was an old lady, and my daughter started to cry and ran out because she said it reminded her of my mother. And she said, Daddy, it was like Grandma. I couldn't do it. So she left. And then she chose a really good profession where you work all the time. She became an actress. Steady work, my dear. She loves steady work.
Did you have a good time being on a CSI? Because you did you have a great credits before CSI, but CSI basically puts you on the map as everybody knows who you are now.
Well, CSI.
Well, she's a big star now. Now she's a TV star.
Huge. No, there were 3 shows that I did that I loved, and I think it was 3 shows. They were steamrolled by CSI in the ratings. So basically, I'd done these 3 shows I loved, and they were canceled after 6 episodes. TheTick being one of them, because CSI was such a huge juggernaut of a hit. So by the time I got on CSI, I was like, yeah, you guys owe me. You owe me money because I did shows because of you. So
keep dreaming.
Yeah.
Keep on dreaming. What do you think of Marissa Haggerty?
What?
What do you think of Marissa Haggerty?
Hargitay.
Oh, you know what? I did a show with her called Grapevine a million years ago. She did an episode and I did an episode. We didn't work together, but I thought she was lovely. I thought she was great.
That's different. That's Law and Order.
No, I know that, but the comparison of the shows, they're similar shows. I mean, they could switch positions and the show works.
Not really.
Yeah, Marissa could do her part and she could do Marissa's part.
You need to be on Criminal. You should be on Criminal Minds. They always have.
No. She's got to be in something like Doris Day film.
I know, but
Don't eat the daisies.
I happen to love Criminal Minds though, so I would like to watch to see you on Criminal Minds because you would fit with all the people. Wait. Let me talk a little bit.
Talk a lot.
Do you ever watch? Have you ever seen Criminal Minds?
I've only seen it a couple times because of Paget, because I've met Paget times, and she's great on it. And I don't watch a lot of TV actually. I haven't seen a lot of crime shows because I was on one, so it's sort of like working at an ice cream shop all day long. I don't really.
But you were on. You did a couple episodes of 2.5 Men.
I did,
that's big comedy. So
no. I see her. See, if I were casting now, I would cast her in an old Doris Day movie, brought back, revamped, updated. She's got that Doris Day quality, that lovely where you want to hang out with her. I want to be your girlfriend and go shopping with you. We could go have our nails done and stuff. Jimmy and I are married. Did you know that Jimmy?
I'm more likely to take you for a 10-kilometer run, but yeah.
Well, that one won't go.
I don't think so.
Maybe like a half of 1 kilometer.
No. I'll run from the car to Starbucks.
Yeah. Well, okay. Starbucks, I'll do. Starbucks.
Wait a sec. So I have not.
I have to say something. Did you know that Jimmy and I are legally married?
I did know that actually.
Oh, okay. So I want you to know that when I fool around and yell at him, it's what married people do.
Yeah, I do.
I didn't want you to think that I was rude to my co-host.
So when you were on 2.5 Men, were you on Ashton Kutcher 2.5 Men or Charlie Sheen 2.5 Men? Because I did not see you.
I was in the last dregs of the Charlie Sheen years. I was his girlfriend. Yeah, it was great actually. I mean, there's supposed to be so much stress on that set, and I hear about so much stress on that set. I didn't see any of it. I had a great time. Charlie and I don't know what this says about me, but we got along really, really well.
Oh, no, that's terrific.
Hey, listen, Charlie's private life is his private life. Not everybody exposes their private life.
Do you know Serena Vincent?
No.
Okay, I just thought maybe you might. She played his girlfriend on an episode of that also. She's a friend of mine.
I really don't disclose my private life.
Oh yeah, right.
My private life is I'm not a homosexual. I'm a heterosexual, and I love women. I just make believe with Jimmy. I fake it.
Yeah, you fake it very well, my friend. You fake it very.
I fake like you're so gorgeous. I would date you in a minute and marry you, and I think you're beautiful. And if I tell Jimmy that, he gets upset.
No, I wouldn't get upset with her. She's fabulous.
Let's get L.A.
It's when she. No, look at that picture of how gorgeous she looks. Okay, they're putting all kinds of pictures of you up for everybody else to also be able to see. So, all right, so you've done all these great things. I want to transfer over to your documentary so we can talk about your documentary. But before we do that, tell me, what's the one movie or television show that if you like, it would be kind of like on your bucket list, like, oh my God, if I could have been in something, this is what I would have really liked to be in. And then who's like the person that you have not acted with yet that you would be really thrilled and think it would be great to act with?
Those are really good questions. Okay, let's see. Right now, the TV show that I would want to be on, without a doubt, is Game of Thrones, but I would want to be very, very, very bad.
Yeah.
I would be so bad. I'd want to be like King Joffrey bad.
Yes.
That's what I would want. So, I'm obsessed with Game of Thrones. So, I would love to be on that. And I'm trying to think if there are any shows in the past that I would want to be on. But Game of Thrones is pretty fantastic. And people I would want to work with. I'm a little obsessed with Emma Stone right now. If we're talking modern.
Why?
He doesn't.
Emma Stone, I know who she is. Why are you upset with her? I don't know.
No, not upset. Obsessed.
Oh, obsessed. I thought she said upset. I was getting some dirt here.
Shit. No, there's some dirt. I just think she's wonderful. I think she's a terrific actress, and I hope she wins. I loved her in La La Land. I think she's one of the best, most talented young actresses that's out there right now. I think she's fantastic. But I guess if we go way back, Jimmy Stewart. That's who I wish I could have worked with. I have it bad for Jimmy Stewart.
That's my name. That's my legal name is Jimmy Stewart, but I couldn't trademark it because he's famous.
No, it's James Bradley.
No, it's Bradley Stewart. James Stewart III, but it's Jimmy Stewart. I came out with a clothing line.
Sounds like he has a lot of money.
Wait a second. I came out with a clothing line many years ago, and I couldn't call it Jimmy Stewart because he was already trademarked, and that's how I became Jimmy Star, because I thought it would look cool on T-shirts and stuff when you did it. And that was my foray into entertainment, because then I did costume design for films and dressed Elton John and Madonna and all kinds of cool people, and that's how I kind of got into all this in the first place.
Yeah,
so
I had to change my name in the 1950s. My name was Rock Hudson, and I had to change it now and become Jimmy Star, Ron Star.
Makes sense. It makes a lot of sense.
But when I was Rock Hudson, everybody knew who I was.
Yeah.
I was famous, very famous.
All right, everybody. So here's where we're going to go with the conversation now. So Liz, you guys, first of all, you can follow her on Twitter. It's actually her on Twitter.
She's not gone.
I know she's not going yet. We're talking about her documentary.
Oh, I don't.
On Twitter, she's At
I
Liz,
don't want you to leave.
She's at Liz Vassey, Lizvassey on Twitter, and she is working on is it Indiegogo, right? Indiegogo campaign
Indiegogo.
for a new documentary she's doing called The Human Race. And to follow them on Twitter, it's at Human Race Doc, and the website is the-human-race.net.
That was
pretty good, right? Yeah.
Well, let's hear about it.
So tell us about the Human Race documentary that you're putting together. Tell us what it's all about.
Well, you can go to Indiegogo and it's The Human Race, so it's very easy to find. But basically, it's a documentary about runners who are between the ages of 50 and 90. Running is my sanity. Running is like meditation to me. I had a really hard time. I went through a bunch of loss in my own life, and running helped me. The consistency of running actually helped me get through it. And I wondered at what point people start to give it up and start to do something a little calmer. And then I started to find out that people run marathons, like marathons and ultra marathons in their 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. So I was on a trip to Florida, and I ended up meeting up with a running club, and I met some of these people. Like I met a guy who stormed the beaches of Normandy, and he wakes up and he runs every day, and it helped him through the loss of his wife. And I met another guy who runs a 10K every day. He's 72 years old. I met a woman in her 70s who told me she's done more 100-mile races than she can count. And the whole point of this documentary, I mean, I live in Los Angeles, and it's an incredibly ageist place to live.
Yes.
I think our country in general, we don't really respect people past a certain age the way that we should. I'm past that certain age, by the way. I'm over 40. I'm telling you, there's like an expiration
Wow,
date.
you look good.
Well, thank
Name
you.
me a doctor later after the show. Name me a doctor.
It's all natural. It's the running. It's all the running. So, but no, I think that people need to be respected well up into older, like the 80s and 90s. They can do fantastic things, and I just think our country tends to discount them. So one of the reasons I want to make this is because I think it's really important to embrace the older generation. And the other reason I want to make it, I mean, that's the moral responsibility. There's also a fiscal responsibility. If we take care of ourselves, the cost of medical care is skyrocketing lately, and there's proof. I mean, the Harvard Business Review did stories on this. If we take care of ourselves now, if we start taking care of ourselves at any age, then we'll be less likely to have to spend a huge amount of money later. And I also talked to a doctor who did a study on runners and non-runners, and he compared 500 runners, 500 non-runners over a 15-year period. And he discovered that the runners were half as likely to die of any disease, anything. And he also discovered that their knees were stronger, their joints were stronger, their ligaments were stronger. So this whole idea that running is bad for you is bullshit, basically. It can strengthen your body if you're running correctly, if you're wearing the right shoes, if you're on soft ground as opposed to pavement. So basically, I want to make this documentary just as sort of a love song to these warrior people who are doing these amazing things, and just as a message to say, take care of yourself. And if this 85-year-old can run, over 20 miles, then you can probably take the steps instead of the escalator occasionally. Just move.
But I find a lot of it has to do with hereditary DNA. Because I go to therapy now for my wrist. I had an injury. I fell off a Christmas tree and my balls cut my wrist, my Christmas balls. So I go to therapy. Mm-hmm. Now, there are people in my therapy class that are probably 10 years younger than I. And they're in walkers. They're all busted up. They're a mess. They look ugly. They're overweight. They look like old people. Mm-hmm. And when I walked in, I have a walk about me. It's kind of like a Brooklyn John Travolta cocky walk. The therapist guy, the first thing he said out of my mouth was, and I'm looking at your chart, and how old are you? I said, it's right, 76 years old. I'll be 77 in May. He said, you're amazing. He said, and I thought, look at all these people around me. Why are they like that? And why am I still full of life? I dance, I run, I go, I do,
I think genes has something to do with it, but he doesn't smoke, he doesn't drink. We don't drink, we don't do drugs, we don't do any of those things.
We're so fucking boring. I mean, really.
I can tell you that.
I
think some of it is nature, and I think some of it's nurture. I mean, the doctor that I talked to at Stanford who ran that test on the 500 runners and non-runners, he basically said, look, if you're going to live for 100 years, you have some of this is your choice. You can have 95 fantastic years and 5 kind of meh ones, or you can have 75 great years and 25 kind of meh ones. And he said, so it's your choice. He calls it compression of morbidity, which is not the most poetic of sayings, but he's basically saying, stretch middle age into your late years. And if you take care of yourself, you have a better shot. And yes, I'm not saying that anything can override a genetic problem. And of course, the people that can't get up and get moving, I understand that. But the people that can will be doing themselves a lot of good if they. Yeah.
But do you believe that it's all mental? Because I came from a family of my mother was a very young 80. And she died of an aneurysm, which was something you can't control. My mother was never heavy. She always maintained her same dress size. She ate everything that was healthy and good. She never ran, but she smoked. And she smoked like a crazy lady. Mm-hmm. And now I have another friend, my friend Perry Winkler. She is 95. And she has never run or done anything like that. She's just eaten. She only eats salmon and yogurt and bananas. That's her breakfast. No, her breakfast in the morning is black coffee, a banana, and yogurt. It's always been that way. And at dinner, it's always salmon, fish. No,
I have to say, he knows a lot of older people and
all the old bags,
all the old bags in Halloween, and all the ones that were in Hollywood and stuff. And they all, but they all live. They live very long, but But they don't eat junk. They don't. I mean,
no, that's bullshit. Jane Russell was a boozer. She was an alcoholic. She went on the wagon in her 80s, and she lived to 89. And she only died from a flu. She got a very bad virus, and it killed her. Because her body couldn't fight it. Arlene Dahl is now in her 80s, 85, 3-4, and she's phenomenal. And certainly Arlene Dahl never ran a day in her life. I'm lucky she walks. She hires people to carry her from room to room.
Wait a second, but you said you run every day?
I do. But one thing to say about that, there are always going to be people on both sides of the spectrum. They're going to be.
I know that, but there are so many living right now.
Yeah.
From the all the movie stars from the 1940s, the great legends, let's put, that are left, which are few, and I know them. They never ran. So there is, I believe in what you're saying. I really do. But I also believe in DNA and mental health. Sure. If you think, like, in other words, if your mother was very fat and she's never moved, she sat, laid in the bed for all her life, you're going to be the same way. I believe that we become what our parents are.
Ooh,
health-wise. I'm my mother, and my father was my height, looked like me, and could wear a bathing suit at 81 years old and look like 50.
Actually, though, I think first of all, like with your documentary, they should make young people, because I think the problem in this country really now is going to be, young people playing they're on their phones all day, which I really can't talk about. Like, they're playing video games. When I was a kid, I got out of school, I went and played tennis, I went and played soccer, I was active all the way through college. I was like active every day doing something like active, and I don't think that happens so much anymore. And I think if young people today want to live old, and if people that are in their 20s and 30s and 40s start taking care of themselves now, that would benefit them greatly in their older life.
And people from the war, the Second World War, which I'm one of those kids. I was born in 1940 when the war broke out. We ate differently because we didn't have the food in the supermarket as readily available. So most of it was garden food. They grew their own lettuce. They grew you know what I mean? So we sort of ate healthy.
And he still eats healthy.
Oh, I don't eat crap. I mean, he eats the worst shit in the world. Did you know I never went to a McDonald's and he took me to one? I swear to you. And I went in, I thought I was another world. I didn't have to order. I remember he was making fun of me. I wanted to kill him. The people were looking at me.
I bet she doesn't eat junk food either. You don't eat much junk food.
No, of course.
No, I don't eat it at all. I actually had to. My fitness craze started because I got a pilot years and years and years ago, and I was playing a cop, and they set me up with a trainer and a nutritionist and a doctor. I know, again, I was solving crime, but they set me up with these people who helped me get in shape for this role, and I'd never felt better in my life. And going back to what you were saying, yeah, some of it is genetics, although I'm not like my parents in a lot of respects as far as physical health, just because
is your mother still living?
No, both of my parents are gone.
They died young?
Yeah, but there were extenuating circumstances with my mom, and my dad, he smoked for a long time, and he didn't eat very well, and a lot of it was directly tied to his diet and not taking care of himself. But I do think that, yeah, certainly genetics play a part, and your mindset plays a huge part. But if the other third of that is physical health, taking care of your own physical well-being, why not try?
Now let me say something to make you happy about your documentary. My very dear friend, 20 years ago, Bernice, was told that she had stage 4 cancer, had gone to her lymph nodes, and they said that she had very little time. She got so panicky that you know what she did? She went down from the doctor's office and began running through the streets of New York like a crazy lady running. And I said, Bernice, why did you do that? She said, I thought I could run away from the cancer. Well, she only died a few years ago, so she lived like 30 years longer than the doctor said. Now, it could have been that she became a runner because she felt when she ran, the cancer was behind her, in her mind.
That's really
and
sweet.
the cancer couldn't catch her because she could run faster. And Bernice lived way longer than they ever thought. So there is something to running.
Wow, that's a sweet story. It's a very
well, yeah, and she was Bernice Newman. She was my wonderful friend. She was gorgeous, a gorgeous redhead with green eyes. Such a young, beautiful woman.
So let's go back though. Okay, so you guys, first of all, you want to go to Indiegogo and go to the human and just type in the human race. If you guys are following at Human Race Doc or at Liz Vassey on Twitter, you see that they've got the coolest perks ever. So they're not like asking you to contribute to this film for nothing. You get really, really great stuff. A lot of the stuff is like autographed pictures, scripts, books, clothing. Like I think one of your shirts from Nikki and Nora or something was like up there.
I'm literally whoring out all of my friends who've ever been on television. But
so you get really great perks.
You have to do that. That's good.
Really great perks, and I think you're almost halfway there, right?
We're just past halfway there.
Just past halfway there.
In your documentary, what I really think I will miss when I see it is you giving a little lecture on overweight. We live in Bucks County, Pennsylvania, soon to be back in Palm Springs where the world exists. Where we are, there's no world, it's forest, and everybody's basically farmers or just, regular people, little people, but they are obese. We cannot believe the obesity in Bucks County, Pennsylvania. The women are gigantic. The men are huge. Men seem to have these enormous bellies. That hang down to the stomach. I don't think they could find their penis.
Listen though.
About running though, because a lot of people think running is bad for your joints. What's infinitely worse for your joints is all the extra weight.
Yes.
So one of the reasons that running is good for your joints is it takes the weight off of you, which puts less stress on your knees. So
I know, but when they're 3,000 pounds, they can't run because they
can walk.
Because their tits go down to the floor, bounce back up, and hit him in the face.
Again, paint a beautiful picture. You are going to haunt my dreams today, honey.
It's
all about food.
It's very true though, because I go to the post office a lot. Okay, so and I have like a relationship with the lady in the post office, so I'm always like talking to the lady in the post office. And in September we went to Palm Springs, and so like 2 weeks before we were there, I was like, I have to lose some weight. I'm we're going to Palm Springs, and the two ladies behind me were like, what do you mean you have to lose weight? You look great. And I said, well, for Pennsylvania I look great, but when you go to California, I am a pig.
A horse.
Like Cotton Cleveland. Yeah.
That's right. That's how I feel. But you know what it is? It's the food these people are eating now. We have introduced to us food that we've never eaten before.
Yeah.
Mexican food, no offense to Mexicans, I'm not on your back.
I love Mexican food.
But it's very high in calorie. It's extremely high in calorie.
And supersize everything.
But wait a minute. If you have a dessert after what you've eaten in a Mexican restaurant, you're only gaining weight. Same thing with Italian food. Do not eat Italian bread with your pasta. Americans do. In Italy, they don't.
Right.
No, stop eating. Learn your carbs.
Wait, what's your favorite food to eat?
What is my favorite food to eat?
Salad, vegetables, I bet.
No, God, I don't eat meat. So that's sort of like, what is my very favorite food to eat? Like I'm going to a vegan restaurant tonight and they have vegan pizza. Like I love vegan pizza.
You see, I don't like it. Vegan food I don't care for.
I like meat. I'm unfortunately.
It's too many beans. I gain weight on vegan. It's all beans and stuff stuff that makes you fat. I basically eat balanced.
Okay.
And I love salads. I'm a salad freak. Okay. I'm an asparagus freak. Broccoli.
You don't drink at all. You don't drink.
Yeah, of course I do. He might
have a glass of champagne on Christmas or New Year's.
How do you think I fell off the Christmas tree and cut my wrist?
Yeah, that was different. That was different.
I had two on your Christmas balls. Yeah.
Yes.
And there were blue balls too, and that's the worst one.
Of course they were. Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway,
he's actually telling the truth. He got up on the ladder to fix something on the top of the Christmas tree.
No. My daughter Leslie said, "Daddy, the top of the tree on the left star needs more tinsel or more bullshit." So I went up there with the box of balls. Now I had a couple of champagnes, and
which is one of the only times of the year that he drinks.
And 2 champagnes. I'm shit faced to the wind, as they say. I mean, I'm loaded. You could have my body. You could do anything to me. I wouldn't even know. So I fell off the ladder, and when I fell down, there was a box of balls that I was using, and my wrist, not the bottom, the top of my wrist went down, and I went on it,
Smashed
and
it
cut me so bad.
Literally, he had to go to the hospital. He got infected, and I was in the hospital for 2 days.
I mean, really? And then I got it on this side.
They told him, listen to how crazy this is. They actually told him that if he would have waited another week to come in, they'd have to amputate his hand because it got like all infected.
Yeah.
So it was like a big deal.
Well, old balls are dirty. think of all the time you've put your balls on the tree, all the dirt and the dust. And
you write an autobiography? Please make that your title.
Wait, the people that handle your balls. I mean, all your friends come over. They want to put your balls on the tree. They all volunteer. Can I put some balls up? And you say, yeah.
Okay, let's go back, though. Hold on.
So, that's a dirty thing.
I want to go back to her documentary real quick. So you've probably thought all of these because I'm like an idea person. But have you approached different like running and sports apparel companies to sponsor your documentary to maybe get some funds?
I have, and we're still approaching some, but here's the thing, and it goes back to it being a little bit ageist. You go to certain companies, and they're like, yeah, it's not a sexy demographic because it's over 50, which I think is kind of absurd. And I also think it's wrong because I've done the research, and it's the over 50 demographic that spends more money.
Right, got the money.
Don't these idiots know that today we have more senior citizens on the planet than ever before?
My God,
that old bags are living to be 100 now. I intend to live to be 98. And then after that, my facelifts won't work anymore.
Well,
so it's time to go.
It was really hard to get anybody. Like I'm after some people at AARP right now. They're sort of interested in it. But one of the reasons that I'm crowdfunding too is because I went to production companies, places that I've worked before. And what got me was one place actually said, look, if you turn this into a weight loss competition between your runners, then maybe we'll do it. And I said, well, I don't know, that's bullshit competition. Like, these are people that ran through cancer treatment. There's enough drama in their lives.
They want to make jerks out of us.
No, it's good. I think it's good, though. So I just thought, I figured you probably had already done that anyway, but I want to make sure you get all your funding and maybe extra to do whatever so you can have some marketing money and distribution money or any of those kinds of things because I think it's really
the only positive side is that SAG sent us all a thing months ago about SAG said, we now have to have more senior citizens over 75 in films.
That's not how it goes.
We'll go something like that.
They get a discount. You get a discount. That's right. Like if you, it's not a SAG thing because it's a documentary.
No, SAG. Now, SAG. When you make a movie, you have to tell them how many minorities, blacks, yellows, greens.
You don't have to. Only if you want their discount. Only, honey, I'm the one who did it. I know.
Everybody wants their discount. What schmuck doesn't want a discount? It's got to be somebody from another world. So now I'm happy to say that I will be.
Yeah, he's going to get a lot of more.
I'm going to get a lot of work now because once we get to LA, I'm going to my agent and I'm going to say, where do you want to put me? I'm over 75 and I look decent and I can still speak. I'm not at the point where so let's see what we can do. Because 3 or 4 years ago, I retired from work because you didn't get any work. Who wants that old bag? He might have a heart attack on the set. That sort of mentality. Now they're changing. So the ageism is really starting to turn around.
But it's going to be very slow.
Because look at all the wonderful actresses we have in their 80s that are wearing mini skirts with sexy clothes and they got gorgeous bodies. And they're in. Do you know how many movie stars you have?
Not 80.
80. I can't think of one. But there are many. No, there are many.
Okay,
there are many. Joan Collins, there we go. She's as old as dirt. And look what she looks like. She's fabulous.
That's true.
So many older broads that are really, those soap opera friends of ours, they're all 128.
No, they're not that old, but they're older. Do you know the ladies from Venice, the series?
I know Katie McLean, who's working on it. I think she directed a couple episodes.
Yes, we had her on the show, and her husband, John Lindstrom.
We love them. We love them.
Yeah, we have all your friends.
We love John.
Patrick Warburton and Patrick Fabian. They're all great.
John did that wonderful film about the man sitting on the park bench next to a gay guy, and they met every day talking about the dog. And then eventually they fell in love, and he had to tell his wife. It's a wonderful movie. It's so.
It's not his wife. It's his sister.
Whatever the fuck it was. Anyway. It's such a great thing for gay people. It made us feel normal and so wonderful.
Actually, she is like, because you play a lesbian in Nikki and Nora, right? Or at least in the actual movie. I don't know. I haven't seen the TV series. Is the TV series the same as from the film?
Yeah, well, they actually did a pilot. We did a pilot in 2004, and this is another thing. I mean, you were talking about them wanting people of different ages now, and I hope that's true. I hope women.
Oh, it is true. Call SAG.
It's slowly. It's too slow. It's too slow for me personally, and particularly for women, because like they'll take a 60-year-old leading man and go, "Oh no, a 40-year-old woman's too old to play his girlfriend." I mean, it's just the truth.
Ridiculous.
40 for a woman is death in Hollywood.
And that is where, I mean, I do have a very
because
strong
my good friend Taya Gill from Queer as Folk, the blonde, she played a Leslie. She had a lot of trouble when she turned 40 because she no longer was wanted for the roles that she played. Now she's smart. She's making a lot of movies because she's playing 40. So don't try to play younger than 40. You have to play 40.
In God's honest truth, I am a very strong feminist, and I care about women in this industry. And one of the things that I liked about Nikki and Nora was the fact that I think lesbians are so underrepresented, particularly in 2004. And we shot this pilot, and somebody leaked it online, and I don't know who, and it got so many views online. And I thought, this is actually heartbreaking, because the fact that there is a whole lesbian community out there who don't get to see themselves on television, so they're seeking out this pilot that never even aired and watching it over and over again and writing fan fiction. And people have asked me what I think about it, and I think, A, I'm flattered as hell, and I'm glad to be a part of it. Because I'm a very strong supporter of that community, but also how sad that's what they have to do. Because
we don't exist. We are invisible. Okay? Commercials today, if you watch, and I want all of our listeners and viewers to listen up on this, you will see more Black Americans now in a film. You will see more Asians now in commercials. You will see more of everybody, but you will not see gay people. We do not exist. We are invisible. When we go to the movies, if we see ourselves, we're dizzy queens or we're trashy bastards that get killed. We're always garbage.
They never have us as just normal married couples with houses and kids.
And let me tell you something.
Except for on Modern Family.
They had a Campbell's soup.
But they made him a faggot, too. They made him a big, chubby, girly thing.
Oh,
they have what?
Oh, Campbell's soup. There was a Campbell's soup ad that I loved.
Yeah, recently.
And you know what? If you're from Ohio, some place like that, you don't even know they're gay. You got to be kind of hip to know they're gay.
I want to see because there's a Kay Jewelers one, too.
Let me just finish. Now, lesbians are tired of being seen as 18-wheeler killer dykes. Yeah, They want to be seen as gorgeous women. We have many I have had over the years so many lesbian friends.
And all the women.
And some of them were super duper Academy Award winning women. These are women that Barbara Stanwyck, okay? People like that who are lesbians. Agnes Moorehead from Bewitched. I knew Agnes well. She was a lesbian. And in those days, they were terrified of being found out. Now I wish they would have come forward so that people, when they watched Bewitched with Elizabeth Montgomery, would have seen Agnes Moorehead, the mother witch, and not been afraid. But they portray lesbians today as killer dykes.
Yeah,
and
but not in Venice. They don't. That's why that series is so successful.
But wait, and gay men, they're flying, flaming fruits. I mean, there's not a gay man out there that's not limp-wristed and ooh. Now, Jimmy and I are not like that.
Things. I write now. I write more than I act. I started writing because they let me write an episode of CSI, and I sold a script after that, and then I sold another one. So I've sold 5 scripts since I left CSI.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And a promise that I'm making, because these are 2 things that I care about very deeply. I care about how women are portrayed, and I care about how the LGBT community is portrayed. And I take care of both in the things that I'm writing. And it's because I feel like if certain aspects of life are normalized, then perhaps we as a country could come together a little bit more, because
hallelujah.
Well, I think a lot of the problem is that there are places. I mean, look, I'll be honest. I live in LA, and I know they have this whole bubble thing that they say. The fact is, I don't feel like I live in a bubble because I see different types of people every single day. It is normal to me out here, and I see that there's nothing wrong with people who are different than I am, and I think there are large portions of this country who don't see people different than they are.
Absolutely.
So I feel like it's the entertainment industry's responsibility to put that out there, and to put it out there that this isn't dangerous, this isn't scary, this is normal, this is okay. And shows like The Fosters, my friend created. Yes. It's fantastic. 2 moms raising a really colorful family of foster kids.
Good show. Really good show.
But listen, I'm in the business 52 years. I started at 19. Okay? I was on McMillan and Wife with Rock Hudson, for real. And he stopped the production because he read a line that he really was not comfortable with, and then he made an issue of it. And he said, this line it's too feminine. Way too feminine of a line. My personality doesn't talk like this. He was so paranoid of being found out that he was gay. And that's a sad thing because Rock was a fabulous person.
Mm-hmm.
If you knew him, he was not movie star. He would kid around. He would clown around. He would sit down and bite your sandwich. He was a sweetheart.
Somebody in the chat room said, "Stop picking on Ohio." I don't know what that means.
No, I love Ohio. Three of my best friends are
Everybody
from
in
Ohio.
there says they love you. So we have to, because we have another guest in a minute. So we have to wrap this up. So we have to like get all the.
Can
good
I come to
information.
your house so we could continue this?
I'm right here.
When we
We're
move
moving
to
to
Palm
Palm
Springs, we'll
Springs.
have you come over for dinner with a
I'm
bunch
serious.
of people.
I'll cook you a very healthy Italian meal without any garbage. Real stuff.
Good. It's a date.
And that'll be a thank you for doing the documentary for us.
There you go. So hold on, everybody. It's very important, you guys. This is a really important documentary.
We have so many guests that we love. We're going to have a house like a restaurant.
Okay, let's go though, Cole. We want to like get this thing going here, everybody. It's a very important documentary, you guys. Please support Liz Vassey. Follow her on Twitter at Liz Vassey. Go to Indiegogo.com. Type in The Human Race. Follow at Human Race Doc on Twitter and go to the-human-race.net. Let's support it. I mean, she's basically like got perks that are from like the most famous people on the planet from all your favorite shows. And not only are you going to get a really great perk for something, but you're actually helping to produce something that's going to actually bring value to the world, and it's really important. So please support the documentary.
For the forgotten people, the aged. I hate the word ageist, but for the aging people who are not even aging, for the new youth of America, and that's what we are, we old bags, we're the new youth. Because remember one thing, what we've got in our heads, you have not found yet. You have to live to be our age. We have seen, we have tasted, and we have touched everything in the world. We've gone through wars. We've gone through prejudice. We've gone all over the place where you younger people haven't. So respect us when we speak, because we speak with authority and we speak because we were there.
There you go.
Amazing.
All right, everybody. Oh, what's
I
the
can
what's
be
the cat's
intelligent
name?
sometimes.
What's the cat's name?
Pussy.
I have three cats that are named after the scientists that found DNA. So there's Watson, Crick, and Rosie because I got them from my CSI. So that's Crick.
Love it.
Dude, all right.
Is your husband like you in personality?
My husband is. I'm married so far
Is your
up.
husband?
I'm married so far up. I won the spousal lottery. I still have such a crush on my husband.
That is so nice.
Well, I hope we meet him too.
Yeah, he can come.
And don't think we're not getting together. You'll get a phone call if you say who. I come right over to your house. I'll burn it down.
Never. No,
Okay.
I'll come to your house.
How could you forget?
All right, so everybody, please follow Liz Vassey. Check out all the great stuff she's been in. She's got such an awesome, incredible resume.
And a lovely personality.
A great
as
personality.
a person.
And
a lovely person.
And don't forget to follow at Human
Proud
Race.
to know you.
Don't forget to follow at Human Race Doc on Twitter, and that way you can just click the links and follow it, and you can get to Indiegogo. And thank you so much for coming on the show, Liz. We really appreciate it. You're a great
It was a fun time, Liz.
Thanks,
More.
Liz.
And
Bye.
you're going
Liz.
to come back. Oh, yeah, you're coming back.
Yeah, all right. Chad, wasn't she cool?
I love her.
I love her too.
We have the best guests, and everybody listening in the chat room and
They
all
all
of you.
loved it.
We don't blow smoke. I don't blow smoke up anybody's ass. If I don't like you on the show when you come on, I'm nice, I'm polite, I avoid you. But I have to tell you,
Everybody loved her. And Meg's in the chat room. Hi, Meg.
Hi, Megan. She's from Ohio, so whoever wrote that, blow it out your nose.
Meg wrote it.
Meg wrote it. Meg, Meg, are you out of your fucking mind? I love you to death. You're my sweetest, dearest friend.
So everybody
Meg
listen.
wrote it. Oh, I love it.
You can hear the Jimmy Star Show, you guys, on W4CY Radio with the super talented Chad Murphy every Wednesday from 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern Time. We're also on Hamilton Radio in New Jersey, K4HD Radio in L.A., Jackalope Radio in St. Louis, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, SoundCloud, iTunes, Audio Boom, Podomatic, Apple TV, and Spreaker. On TV, you can see us on Roku, Vimeo, and YouTube. Check out the Jimmy Stars World website. It's awesome. It's jimmystarsworld.com. We want to thank Stefan Bell. He's developed the whole thing. It's fabulous. I'm sure he's listening. So hello, Stefan.
And his gorgeous wife.
Tina,
my sweet. I love you.
Okay.
Wait till you see the next guest.
All right, so Chad, go ahead. Let's call the next lady.
Roger
man's
that.
fantasy. Every man's masturbation fantasy. She's magnificent. Wait till you see this one. Better than a Barbie doll. Built like a brick shit house. This one's a hot number.
Yes, she is a movie star.
I know, but she
Hey!
Look at her.
Good. Are we working?
Hey, it worked.
Too fucking glamorous for me. Look at her. Oh my God.
Hi, Donna. How you doing?
No, her name is not Donna. It's Do You Wanna? And then she says either yes or no.
Oh, word.
Hi, it's nice to meet
Look
you.
at you, you sexy woman. My God, she's like a Marlena
Okay, hang on, though, 'cause we
Dietrich.
gotta get it. I want to make sure. Okay, say something, Donna. I just want to make sure everybody can hear you well.
Hi, everyone.
There you
And I'm so glad to finally be on the show.
And we're happy to have you. Well, not have you, but have you on the show. Do you want Anna?
All right, here we go.
Do people tease you about that? Because if you came to Brooklyn, people would say, "Hey, baby, do you wanna?" And you'd say, "Think that was your name." And you'd say, "Yes, I wanna."
Well, no, actually, when I got married, the pastor kept calling me Dawna. And I couldn't correct him because it was during the ceremony, so, I'm used to it.
And then when you said "I do," did he think that he was answering your question? Do you wanna? I do.
All right, everybody. So now we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, the super fabulous and talented and gorgeous Dawna Lee Heising. Hello and welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
Let me introduce you to everybody, starting off with my cool, outrageous co-host, Mr. Ron Russell.
My darling, you look like a 1940s Marlena Dietrich movie star. Glamour, glamour, glamour. And I'm so happy to see glamour again instead of women without makeup looking like the horse's ass. And they come on our show. You are so glamorous and so beautiful. It's a pleasure. And I'm gay, so I'm not after you. I don't want to. I don't want to, Dawna.
Then we've got the man behind the boards, Mr. Chad Murphy.
Welcome, Donna. Welcome.
He's straight, so watch out for him.
There
And
you
then
go.
we have a chat room full of people, so say hello to everybody in the chat room.
Hello, everyone.
Yay! Your necklace is gorgeous. You look so fabulous.
Only a fairy looking at you would say your necklace is gorgeous. A straight man would have said, "You got some set of jugs, baby." But my husband's a big fruit, and he's like, "Your necklace is divine, darling."
So you guys, Donna is on Twitter. You can follow her at Dawna Lee Heising. It's DAWNALEEHEISING. And she is all over the place.
You're gorgeous, you're glamorous, and I'm fainting that you won Miss World, Miss who? Give me all the misses.
Miss World,
No, let
Miss
her do it.
Universe.
Give me all your misses.
Well,
At the very beginning, who were you
There's
the
too
first?
many of them.
No, I want to hear. I'm
I started out as a city queen. I was Miss Cyprus. Then I was Miss Orange County Universe, and I was Mrs. California United States, and I was in a lot of contests. I mean, it was fun for me when I was growing up, and it was great. But I was also Miss Los Angeles Chinatown.
But Miss World, I mean, that's like the ultimate beauty pageant. You can't get any better than that. Miss World. What are your measurements?
My measurements?
Yeah.
36, 24, 35.
Like my daughter Leslie. My daughter Leslie was a 36B, a 24, I think, and maybe 35, something like that. Yeah, wow, that's I know what you go through in pageants, my darling. It's work and nerve-wracking. And at the end, when they bring you, and my daughter not only won the pageant, but she won the what is it called, photogenic, for the best. That she won 2 in 1 pageants. She hated it. She hated the pageants because the girls were all bitches. They were all they were pretending to be sweet and nice to be Miss Popularity. And Leslie said, meanwhile, they'd slit your throat if they could. All young kids, stupid, vain. They all wanted to be beautiful and think that this is going to be their answer, in the world. My daughter today is a tabletop designer. So there you go. She designs your tabletop. Tells you what china to use, how to decorate a table. But she's very big. I mean, she's famous at it. But she never pursued her life as a beauty queen. She did model. She did model. She did model for. She looked like Michelle Pfeiffer and Grace Kelly, my kid. A green-eyed blonde. No, she's a beauty. Still a beauty.
Oh my gosh! Oh yeah, Michelle Pfeiffer is gorgeous.
Yeah, and my daughter was taken for Michelle a lot, but mostly Grace Kelly. If you remember who Grace Kelly is, you know
Yes.
the cool blonde, you know, green eyes, beautiful, like you. Another knockout like you. Now tell me something. Does it annoy you when you walk down the street and everybody's looking and the wolf calls and the guys get right away stupid and sexy and treat you like a Barbie doll? Because that's what you're like. You're so beautiful. You're fragile. It looks like nobody even wants to touch you.
Oh, thank you. No, I mean that, especially as you get older. I mean, it's like you always welcome that. It's validation, but it's not something. That's not something that I want to be known for. Especially for the family I'm from.
When you walk down Santa Monica Boulevard, don't tell me the truckers don't go nuts. The cabbies and everybody, they got to be whistling out the window. Or don't the men do that anymore?
I don't know.
Years ago, that's what they did. In my day, if you walk down Fifth Avenue, forget it.
Well,
there would have been a parade behind you.
I want to go right into your career a little bit because first of all, you have 20 never. I mean, we have a lot of really great actors, actresses, directors, producers, musical artists on the show, and I look at everybody's IMDb, but besides the fact that you have a listing under every possible category of you working on all these different films, you have 29 upcoming projects. Like that is unbelievable to have 29 upcoming projects on IMDb, which is super fabulous. You're basically you kind of work a lot in horror and action, right? Because you're kind of an action star, and you're also in a lot of horror movies.
Well, actually, I started out in horror when I came back. I came from the business world. Well, I started out actually in the film world. I was in Blade Runner and a lot of things that you would have heard of when I first started out because there were only the 3 networks.
Right.
And then I went back to school and I got my MBA from Pepperdine and I went into the business world. So I really only returned to the film business about 6 years ago. And so I've done a lot of indie projects in that time. And in the last 2 years, I started studying at South Coast Repertory. I used to be in a theater company. When I first started out, I was with Sal Romeo's Friends and Artists Group. But I've started taking it really seriously, so I'm studying acting at South Coast Repertory, and I want to do really good projects.
Are you willing to make a movie without makeup and a brown wig, playing a distraught housewife with a drunken husband?
Yes, actually, those are the type of things I want to do now.
You don't want to be the sexy blonde goddess.
Well, I mean, that it's fun to play that. I kind of can do that in my sleep because I've done it.
No effort there.
So it's not acting.
I really want to be a good actress.
Like a Betty Davis.
Yeah, or to just make people feel, or make myself feel.
Right. But it's going to be a little hard because you're so beautiful, and beautiful women find it difficult to play ugly women parts. And the ugly, bitchy women parts are the parts that people love. I'm sure that half of the people that see you on film are jealous. The women, the husbands are fainting in the seat and the wives are beating the husbands up because the husband's wishing that his ugly wife looked like you. So it's a problem. It's really a problem being beautiful like you. It's not easy. If you were an ugly actress, you'd get more work.
She's got 100 and something projects in 6 years.
Well, she'd have 206. No,
I noticed on your bio too, or I don't know if it was on your bio or I read that with all the different great acting teachers and classes that you also took a class with Richard Hatch.
Yes, I took a bunch of classes actually at Irvine Valley College when I was a marketing director. And I would start marketing and PR departments for different technology companies. But
looking like you, that's the job you had. I wish I was in the office for 10 minutes.
Actually, I worked for ERP companies, which are enterprise resource planning companies. So I worked for a number of those, and I started their marketing departments. So actually, I shouldn't have had all this trouble with the computer that you were helping me with, Jimmy, because I should have been able to fix it myself. That was a while back.
No, we had Richard Hatch on the show,
Yeah,
and
he
talked, and he was
nice.
like giving like acting lessons practically like on the show for people when we had him on, and he just died like 2 weeks ago, which is terrible.
I know.
He was still young. Actually, there was a wonderful teacher at Irvine Valley College named Robert Conrad, not the other Robert Conrad, Robert Michael Conrad, and he brought in Tim Russ and Richard Hatch. And so I was lucky enough to do a number of films with Tim Russ, who's since won an Emmy, and then I took a bunch of classes with Richard Hatch.
I love that.
We liked him a lot, and so did the audiences. I mean, we got so many hits on him and his show because he and I together were going at it about acting. Because I'm an actor as well. So I would ask him questions that people don't really ask, intimate business questions about things that we do in the business. And everybody found that so fascinating that they loved the show.
So you also did a movie because I like to bring in other guests that have been on. And 2 weeks ago we had on Lorraine Landed, and you were also in Samurai Cop 2: Deadly Vengeance.
Yes.
And I have to see that now because I think you're the third person that we've had on the show who's actually had a role in that film, and so we need to actually see it because I have not seen it. Did you like it, and was it fun?
It was so much fun. I actually had a really small part in it, but I was lucky enough to have the part with Tommy Wiseau, who is infamous for The Room. In fact, James Franco is playing him in a movie now. So I was really lucky because it's gotten, even though my part was so small, it's gotten a lot of attention because of Tommy. So I feel like it's taken me to another level, and that's where I met Joe. Joe was the assistant producer. And that's probably why you've had us on, because Joe is our manager.
Yes, Joe. We want to give a shout out to, what's up, Joe Williamson. Yes, we've gotten a lot of great guests from him. So hello. Also, you did a movie, and I think it hasn't been, has Forgiven been released yet?
No, it hasn't. We haven't even started that yet. See, that's one thing. If you look at my IMDb, a few of the projects are still trying to raise the money.
Right.
So it's like the dates keep getting pushed back. Like there is one movie that I'm still really hopeful about. It is called Etheria, and that would have been like a series of 5 films with A-listers, and Danica Fontaine wrote the books. It was a young adult series.
I looked at it. I think when you go to I went to a website. I don't know what website it was, and there was a link that you could click and read all about that.
Yeah, I did the publicity for it. Danica and I have known each other now for 4 years, and there's so many great people attached. The Armstrong brothers, who did the action direction in the Spider-Man movies, and major films. They were attached as directors. Silk Cozart was attached to star in it. I think she was trying to get The Rock for the lead. I mean, it was so exciting, and I did the publicity for it for a year, and
just didn't quite get there.
Yeah, Robin Owen was the casting director, and she was the casting director for Selma, and she's so nice. I met so many nice people through it, but I think when you have to raise that much money, you run into a lot of trouble, but
yes,
her book is fantastic.
We know that well. We know that.
Yeah, we know that well with films that we're trying to do.
I want to ask you a personal question. Is your husband a jealous man?
No, my husband, I couldn't be in this business without my husband, because at the level I'm at, you can't really make a living out of this. And my husband,
what does he do?
Well, he was the vice president of new products for ConAgra, which is the largest food company in the nation. He introduced the Healthy Choice food line, but then he completely switched careers, and he went and got his CFP. So now he's a financial planner.
So if you were at a function, dancing function with his music, and a stranger came over and asked you to dance, and you said yes. What would your husband do?
Oh, my husband's not jealous at all because he knows.
Of you? He's not jealous of you?
No, it's because he's got her.
If you were mine, I'd throw a net over you and a chastity belt on you and everything I could find to keep people away. I mean, it's got to be frustrating to have you for a wife. It has. Maybe he doesn't admit it. He keeps it to himself. But there's no way a man's going to not be jealous, because I know every man, when they meet you, they get stupid and they giggle. You know how men get. And they all have an eye for you because you're just gorgeous. My God, you're so gorgeous.
Oh, thank you.
No, don't thank me. You know it. She knows. It's the truth. Don't thank me.
You do a lot of really fun things, though. Besides all the different movies, you do what we do because you host a show called Ion Entertainment, right?
I do. I've done that for about 10 years, and I started it when I was still in the business world because I missed the film business so much. So I would work 12-hour days in technology, and then I would go and interview people. And that's actually how I know so many horror people, because the person that I did interviews 10 years ago was Matt Chasen, and he handled a lot of the horror stars like Bill Oberst Jr. and
yes. I saw because I went through your guest list to see if we had people on our show that you've had on your show, and one of the people that you did a movie with that I always wanted to meet was Ted Michaels.
Oh yeah, and Ted actually just passed away last October.
Yeah.
Everybody's going. It's scary.
It was sad, but he was a great, for me, a cult, horror movie, person, where his films, they weren't commercially huge films, but they were all really fun films and really good films to watch. And I watch all the horror films, whether they're high budget ones or whether they're indie. We were just actually at an indie horror film festival a couple of weeks ago in New York.
Had a great time.
Where they had all the different indie people. It was the Macabre Fair Film Festival.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about that.
Which we're trying, I think, to bring to Palm Springs in 2018.
Yeah, we're going to try and do it.
Yeah,
in Palm
we're going to
Springs.
try to help them to bring it to Palm Springs, because LA has so many horror actors. I mean, my God, they're all out there. And we could bring in a whole,
huge.
Yeah, we could bring in a whole new bloodline of horror actors, because in New York they're the same actors that go to the same things. So we want to bring in the LA groups.
So tell me, we're going
to bring you in.
What is your face? We're going to see her anyway. We're going to be going to, when we're in California, we're going to hang out.
I live in Huntington Beach.
Yeah, which is
I
fabulous.
love Huntington Beach.
So I'll interview you when you come out.
You have children.
I have 2 daughters.
How old? Oh, don't do that. I don't want to do that. Because when people ask me when they ask me how old my daughters are, I say much older than I.
Oh, you have 2 daughters too?
Yeah, but my daughters are old ladies now.
Well, actually, I'm really proud of my daughters. They're not into the film business at all. They're in science. My oldest daughter is a pharmaceutical rep for Sanofi Aventis, and she's one of the top reps. She's won awards. She won a trip to France. And my youngest daughter is a child psychiatrist at UCLA, and she was a Fulbright scholar.
I told you everybody.
So
I told you everybody was a genius.
Wait, if anybody ever called you a dumb blonde, you can tell them that Ron Russell said they can go F themselves.
Okay, I'll tell them that.
Because you are no dumb blonde, and those genes, my dear, went to your kids.
Fabulous.
Well, actually, they're from my dad. My dad was a real genius. He worked on the Polaris missile. He had 11 computer patents. He was a computer engineer.
Full of DNA.
So hold on though, because we've only got 5 minutes,
and we're watching you on a monitor.
They're showing clips of you from different films on the monitor, and you look fabulous.
Yeah, I've got to say, there's one shot of you with the makeup down and the hair all wild and sloppy, and you look like an actress. Right now, you look like a glamour dame, a glamour girl from the 1940s, and that's a great compliment, because there were no women more beautiful than the 1940s movie stars.
So tell us though, we're very complimentary. You are fabulous. What is the projects that we want to tell people, because we've only got a couple of minutes, and we want to make sure if there's anything particular we want to bring up for you.
And you're nice. You're not a bitch or conceited or stuck up.
Because I'm a mother, and because I've been in other industries, I'm not narcissistic at all. I mean, if you're a mother, you can't be narcissistic. as a father, you know that you can't be narcissistic. But
not at all.
if you're not responsible for other people and you're in this business where you always have to put yourself on display, it's easy to become narcissistic.
Yes.
Or very neurotic because you fear that you don't look that good, so you worry about it. You worry more about it than yourself.
Yeah, I guess that, luckily I've always been married, so I've never had that to worry about. But I am looking forward to being in Samurai Cop 3, which is supposed to have even more stars in it. And I would like to thank Gregory Hatanaka for putting me into Samurai Cop 2. And he did that because he knows my uncle, Tak Fujimoto. I guess he used to hang out with my cousin when he was younger. And my Uncle Tak was the DP on Silence of the Lambs in Philadelphia and Sixth Sense. And anyway, he's a legendary cinematographer. And then I'm hoping that they'll finish 10 Violent Women Part 2, which is Ted's film. It's almost finished, and Drew Marvick and Johnny Cornette are planning to finish it this year. And I play one of the 10 violent women named Joanna. So that's going to be done this year.
That's good.
I'm working on a series called Scorpion Girl, and I have big hopes for that one. And they're trying to make me into a business person where I wear suits. I mean, I start out as a pole dancer. I am a pole dancer. But they want me to be more conservative, and I'm taking martial arts. I have taken martial arts, so I think I'm going to be more of an action person there. And then I was in Thomas Churchill's Cold Plastic TV, and that's a horror series. And Thomas Churchill is with Joe Williamson too, so I'd like to thank him for putting me in the intro to that. And then I'm really excited about a film called Canaan Land. It's by Richard Rossi, who was an evangelist, but is still a pastor. And it's a religious film, and it's about a fake evangelist. But I really wanted to get into religious films. I'm taking classes with a pastor named Michael Sewell. So that's a genre I really do want to do.
There you go.
Yeah, but you could never play Christ's mother.
I think
never happened. Never. If they strap you down maybe and put a baggy dress on you and take all makeup off and put ugly makeup on and put that hood over your head like a burqa. Yeah, in a burqa you could look like her mother, his mother.
So we want to make sure everybody follows you, because you do your own Twitter, right? It actually is you on Twitter?
Yes,
So everybody,
and I'm still learning about it.
Oh, that's okay. So, but you're on there,
darling. With your brain, it'll take you 2 seconds.
You guys, you can do Dawna Lee Heising. Follow her on Twitter. Check out, if you go to her IMDb, she's got tons and tons and tons of movies that are out. If you're a horror movie fan, there's a whole bunch of them in there. She's also got a lot of stuff that she's done with Aki Yaleong, who we're going to get back on the show. And he's super well known. Had great credits.
And he had the same problem with Skype that I did. So thank you for helping me with it.
Yeah, but he didn't get it. He's older. He's much older, way older than you are. How old is he, about 80-something?
83.
83, it's a little difficult to learn the computer. At 83, you forget where you put your teeth.
Very, very sharp. I'm actually the vice president of his Mustard Seed Media company, and he works a lot with China. So he definitely wants to come back on your show.
Yeah, we're going to work it out.
Absolutely.
So here's what
we were so disappointed.
Here's what we got to do, though, because we only have like 30 seconds left. So everybody, follow Dawna Lee Heising on Twitter. Check out all her films. Go on IMDb. Check it all out. Also, check her interview show, Ion Entertainment. She's got some great stuff. She's got great things coming out. I love all the clips that Chad's playing.
And now I'm seeing so many different personalities.
We want to thank you for coming on the show. We want to thank Joe Williamson for having you introduction to us, for having you come on the show. And when some of these films come out, let us know and we'll bring you back.
Definitely.
Great. And when you come out to California, let me know and I'll interview you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because we'll we'll be in Palm Springs. So if ever you come through Palm Springs, you'll come to the house, and we'll cook. We'll hang out. We're gonna
set a studio up there too, so we'll have you come in live.
Yeah, you should be live with us.
All right, we gotta go though.
We could light you better and stuff.
Thank you, Dawna, so much.
Dawna,
thank you everybody for tuning in.
You're keeping glamour in Hollywood, and thank you so much for doing that.
Oh, thank you.
Bye. All right, everybody. So thanks so much. Next week we got great guests. Today was a lot of fun. Everybody in the chat room, thank you so much. Chad, thank you. You're a rock star. We'll see you guys next week.
Woohoo. Thanks, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Wanna be Jimmy Star, new celebrity.
We'll take you out to Jimmy Stars. He'll dress you right. You'll feel like